Welcome to the 7th video development blog for the Goblin Abyss. I'm sure you know by now, the Goblin Abyss is an action RPG game for mobile devices. If not, please take a look at some of the earlier videos for more information about the game. But please remember, everything you see here is still an early work in progress and could be improved on before final release. Since the last blog, I've spent a lot of time working on the story, cleaning things up and adding in some new quest ideas. I've fixed a few plot holes and changed a few things to hopefully improve the overall storyline. I've also spent a while cleaning up some of the code. The problem of working on a game this big, especially with only one person, is things quickly get complicated, and after a while the code seems like it's all held together with duct tape. Because of this, I wanted to clean some stuff up, so it's easier to add new features and track down bugs. Now, a lot of this stuff doesn't really work on a video blog. I could show you all the same stuff and say the code is cleaner, but you might get a little bored. Luckily, that isn't all I've been working on. I do have 2 new levels done, and I've been working on the Goblin Town, expanding it and adding in new places. It's now over twice the size and has turned into its own level. One of the new things that really continues from the last video is this new fog layer. Before, the Abyss was just black, which looks a little boring. So I've taken my fog shader, removed the transparency and added light mapping. Now I can add layers of fog below the cliffs to try and add a sense of depth. You might notice the hard edges on the lighting at the moment. This level is still a work in progress, so the final light mapping hasn't been created yet. Eventually the light will fade down the cliffs and even onto the fog plane. This is one of the new town buildings, a tannery. Once I add the tanner, this will be a place you can buy, sell or fix leather goods. Tanneries were smelly places, so it's located on the outskirts of town, right by the main gate. If we run back through to the main part of town and head this way, you can see the start of a new general store. Eventually this will be stocked with goods you can buy or sell, like food and potions, etc. It's looking a little sparse at the moment, and is still missing the storekeeper, but he'll be in soon. On the other side of town is the healer's house. Again, remember this is still a work in progress. The lighting on the walls needs a lot of work, but will eventually fade up to black. The floor will also get a paint over to improve the look. It looks too nice and clean at the moment. This will eventually be an important location in the story, but no spoilers at this time. The Abyss is massive, and the goblins need a way to travel up and down it. So over here is my favourite new feature, the Goblin airship. Eventually the player will be able to use this to get to other places in the Abyss. There is a level planned later where a hero needs to sneak into a fort from above, but this might just come in handy. This goblin is just a temporary stand-in at the moment. Eventually, he will be the pilot. The goblin leader now has a nice new mead room. He's not classed as a king, but he does get this nice throne to sit on. The player will need to return here more than once to get quests and advance the main story. Now, I mentioned earlier we had a few new levels, which also includes a few new bad guys. Here's a quick look at one new creature. It's a sort of worm with legs, with really big pincers. If you follow us on Twitter, at the Goblin Abyss, you might have seen an image of this character, but here you can see his basic animations. He's a bit harder to kill than the spiders from previous levels, and his attack is a bit stronger. Well, that's about it for this video. For more up-to-date information on the game, please remember to visit the game's website, thegoblinabyss.com, or follow us on Twitter at the Goblin Abyss. Thanks for watching.